Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel, the DTC P0973, which stands for Diagnostic Trouble Code for a short in shift solenoid valve A circuit, specifically applies to Honda Accord models from years 2008 to 2012. This error indicates there's an electrical circuit issue, which is separate from any mechanical issues that could happen within the transmission system. The shift solenoid is a key component as it controls the flow of transmission fluid and aids in executing gear shifts. This solenoid is found within the transmission assembly, and any faults in its operation could adversely impact vehicle performance. It's crucial to address this DTC, as it may imply either an ongoing electrical fault or possible future mechanical failures if left unresolved. Ensuring that all diagnostic data, such as freeze frame data, is recorded and analyzed prior to beginning the troubleshooting procedure also helps understand the condition of the vehicle during the incident of the error. The error code P0973 specifically pertains to the shift solenoid valve A, which plays a critical role in activating gear shifts in Honda Accord vehicles. This component is responsible for controlling the transmission fluid pressure that affects the shifting of gears. When the ECU, or engine control unit, signals the solenoid, it opens or closes to allow fluid to flow and facilitate shifts. The shift solenoid valve A is found within the transmission assembly, making it less accessible than other components, which demands proper dismantling for inspection. This DTC indicates an electrical circuit fault within the solenoid circuit rather than a mechanical failure, which makes it essential to identify wiring issues or circuit shorts before assuming solenoid malfunction. Understanding the location and role of this solenoid helps significantly during troubleshooting procedures. Additionally, documenting any relevant snapshot data provides context for analysis and future reference. The causes for DTC P0973 are primarily focused on electrical issues that affect the shift solenoid valve A. A short circuit in the wiring could prevent proper operation by misdirecting electrical flow, which is why electrical diagnostics are critical in this case. Another possible cause is a faulty wiring harness that connects the solenoid to the powertrain control module, PCM. Damaged wires or loose connections can create similar issues, leading to communication failures between the solenoid and PCM. Additionally, there is a slight possibility that the shift solenoid itself might be defective, though it is crucial to rule out electrical issues prior to replacing components. Systematic testing of these potential causes is essential for effective resolution of the DTC. Understanding these causes helps focus troubleshooting efforts on the right components, ensuring efficient and accurate repairs. When the DTC P0973 is triggered, drivers may experience several symptoms related to transmission performance. A common sign is transmission shifting issues, where the vehicle may have difficulty shifting gears, potentially leading to a jerky feel during transitions. Moreover, the dashboard warning light could illuminate, alerting the driver to a malfunctioning transmission or related component. Beyond shifting, this DTC may cause poor acceleration due to the inability to properly manipulate fluid pressure, resulting in sluggish vehicle performance. Such symptoms are not merely bothersome. They can pose safety risks if the vehicle cannot maintain appropriate speeds or power on demand. Identifying and addressing these symptoms promptly can prevent further complications, and understanding them aids in diagnostics and troubleshooting your vehicle effectively. To begin troubleshooting DTC P0973, first turn the ignition switch to the on position, which supplies power to the vehicle's electrical systems without starting the engine just yet. Next, use the HDS or Honda Diagnostic System to clear the DTC stored in the vehicle's computer. This step erases any previous error codes, allowing you to gauge if the issue is ongoing. Following that, start the engine while ensuring the brake pedal remains pressed, and shift the transmission into reverse, R, for at least 1 second. This process allows the vehicle's computer to reevaluate the state of the shift solenoid and identify if the error reemerges. Thoroughly observing this step correctly is crucial as it sets the foundation for subsequent diagnostics. Proper execution aids effective identification of persistent faults and streamlines troubleshooting for DTC P0973. After performing the initial steps, the next action involves checking for any pending or confirmed DTCs using the HDS. This check is crucial as it informs you whether DTC P0973 is still present post-clearance. If P0973 appears indicated, then you must proceed to Step 8 of the troubleshooting guide to delve deeper into the problem. However, if it does not show up, you should continue by completing the process outlined in Step 5. This binary approach allows for a systematic elimination of possibilities, identifying if the fault is persistent or potentially transient. Continuous monitoring of the situation is essential, as intermittent faults require different inspection methods. This step reinforces the diagnostic process, focusing efforts where they are needed most based on the system's response. In this step, you will select the Shift Solenoid Valve A from the miscellaneous test menu available in the HDS interface, which allows for real-time testing of the solenoid's functionality. Once selected, use the HDS to engage the solenoid and carefully listen for any audible clicking sound. This sound is a critical indicator of the solenoid's operational state. A clicking typically signifies that the solenoid is receiving electrical signals and responding correctly. If the clicking sound is heard, it suggests that the solenoid is likely operational, and you may proceed to the next step in the troubleshooting process. Conversely, if no sound is detected, it implies possible electrical issues up to that point. This step focuses on determining whether the solenoid itself or its supply circuit is at fault, and narrows down further actions necessary for effective diagnostics. With the clicking having been verified, restart the engine while keeping the brake pedal depressed as you shift back into reverse. This is important to replicate the initial conditions under which the DTC reappeared. Consequently, you will monitor the OBD status specifically for P0973 in the DTCs menu of the HDS. Your aim here is to ascertain whether the code remains indicated as failed in the monitoring system. If P0973 is marked as failed, it denotes a persistent issue within the circuit which must be further investigated. Conversely, if it indicates passed or shows as intermittent, the system may be functioning correctly at that moment. Such follow-up observations play a critical role in validating the results from previous steps and steering next steps in the troubleshooting hierarchy accordingly. To continue the troubleshooting process for DTC P0973, first ensure the ignition switch is turned to lock 0. This safety measure prepares you for handling electronic components without risk of shock or short circuits. Next, you will be jumping the SCS or Service Check Connector line using the HDS, which enables you to communicate with the vehicle's diagnostic systems in a controlled manner. Once this step is complete, disconnect the PCM Connector C, which typically contains 49 pins. This is crucial for direct access to PCM diagnostics. Disconnection allows for measurement of electrical characteristics when the circuit is inactive, while helping to pinpoint any faults present in the wiring that may lead to the DTC. This step assembles the prerequisites to perform further testing that will confirm the source and nature of the electrical fault being experienced. Now, with the PCM Connector C disconnected, The next task involves measuring the resistance between terminal C20 and body ground. This step helps determine whether a short or electrical fault exists within the solenoid circuit. Using a multimeter, if the measured resistance is below 12 ohms, it typically indicates a healthy circuit connection and suggests that the solenoid and associated wiring are functioning correctly without significant resistance. However, if the reading exceeds that value, it signals potential problems such as broken wires, corrosion, or poor connections within the circuit that must be addressed to restore proper operation. Therefore, having a comprehensive understanding of electrical resistance is fundamental here, as it provides insight into the circuit integrity, which directly affects DTC P0973. Validating this measurement ensures a solid approach to diagnosing the broader concern within the transmission system. Once repairs related to DTC P0973 have been executed, it is critical to proceed with a final verification step. This process begins by confirming that the repairs made have successfully resolved the issue, which you can validate by checking for any error codes once more using the HDS. It's vital to ensure that no DTCs are triggered following repair work, indicating that the underlying electrical faults have been fully addressed. After confirming the absence of codes, the vehicle should be taken for a test drive under varied driving conditions to see how it operates in real time. During this drive, one should observe for any signs of improper shifting and verify that all transmission-related functionalities meet expectations. This thorough verification process not only affirms the efficacy of the repairs made, but also promotes customer satisfaction and vehicle reliability moving forward. Preventive maintenance plays an essential role in avoiding recurrence of DTC P0973 and promoting optimal vehicle function. Regular inspections of the wiring harness connected to the shift solenoid can help prevent issues stemming from wear or exposure to elements that could introduce faults into the electrical circuit. Routine checks of the shift solenoid's physical and electrical connections help to ensure that the component remains robust and functional. Moreover, maintaining proper transmission fluid levels ensures that the system operates efficiently without undue strain that can lead to malfunctions. Following these maintenance practices not only significantly reduces the likelihood of encountering DTC P0973 again, but also contributes to the overall longevity and reliability of your vehicle's transmission system. Commitment to consistent preventive maintenance ultimately enhances vehicle performance and driver confidence. In conclusion, DTC P0973 highlights an electrical issue associated specifically with the shift solenoid valve, a circuit of the Honda Accord models from 2008 to 2012. Unlike many transmission faults, this error directly pertains to electrical integrity rather than mechanical failure, making it crucial to focus troubleshooting efforts on the solenoid circuit and its connections. The systematic approach to diagnosis and repair is essential to effectively addressing issues related to this DTC. Verifying repairs using the HDS after troubleshooting and rectification are needed to confirm that the underlying electrical faults have been resolved. Furthermore, incorporating preventive maintenance checks can significantly help in mitigating future occurrences of this DTC. Understanding the symptoms, causes, and troubleshooting steps allows drivers and technicians alike to maintain the performance and safety of their vehicles efficiently. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.